Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Hard Pickle, and today we are back on some more Satisfactory because I want to try and finish off our Fixmas factory today. I know that was pretty much the title of last week's stream, where I wanted to try and finish Fixmas, and then we went ahead and built random things like this, and what you just saw there on the left hand side, a train track. So, in our last stream, I built this, and this is still very much a work in progress. So let me explain what exactly I've actually done. Essentially, on the opposite side of this tower, we have got ourselves a train station. Basically, we're bringing some iron and copper from down there up to there, then going from here to this building. It's a pretty self-explanatory, very not dumb, but questionable build. But now I was thinking to move the train station from there to here. And again, this is a very temporary build. It looks crap, I know. It's just me throwing things together and seeing what will stick. So hence why it's not finished just yet. But I think the actual positioning of the train station will be better here. My reasoning for this is because I can't really see the train station behind there. Whereas here, it doesn't actually look too bad. And if I very quickly just zoom here to the back, it actually does add quite a lot of nice verticality, I suppose, to this particular part of the build, because as of right now we've got things over there, things there, nothing, and I want something to go here, and I think this will end up looking quite nice, and I think it will make the total coal district not look too bad. Regardless, we are not building the train station right now, probably not even today. Instead, what I do want to try and do again is finish our Fixmas factory, which is inside of here, and also patch all the holes up there as well. Welcome Vinod, first one here as always, hope that you are doing good. I am trying to go up here, by the way. There we go. Got there eventually. So let's patch in these holes just like so. Oh right, we're on Zoop, that's right. There we go. Okay, brilliant. I think there should be a couple more. There's one down there. There we go. That should now be all the holes patched, as far as what I'm aware. Regarding the actual interior design of our Fixmas factory, everything's still fine, everything's still, well, it doesn't, well, it works. It's not working now because I haven't obviously turned it all on. Because we have to actually go back to our Christmas calendar, Advent calendar, Fixmas calendar, to see if we've actually managed to unlock anything new. Are we designing today or building, everything today? A little bit of logistics, design, literally everything. Yep. Can't see much of the stream. That's fine. It's just an ordinary stream. You're not missing out on anything too exciting. So today is the 18th. What day did I get up to? Well, 18's... Wait, what? Is that not 18? That looks like an 18. Well, I haven't done 16, so I suppose I'll do that first. There we go. We've got some premium Fixmas skins. Brilliant. Let's listen to what Ada's going to say.
Says, happy holidays, more than the inevitable destruction of local flora and fauna with a festively decorated vehicle. This vehicle decoration can be found in the customizer.
Thank you very much, Ada. There's 18 up there. We've got another boombox soundtrack. Lovely. Now, where's number 17?
I destroyed every copy of this tape. How does it keep turning up? No matter. Ignore it. There's nothing interesting on it anyway. In fact, listening to it causes hallucinations, and eventually, after 7 days, your brain melts. For your own sake, I advise avoiding it at all costs.
Oh, that's terrible. 50 alien protein. Actually, is that bad? Yeah, it's not ideal. If I was to summon sloop that, I could then get 100 alien DNA capsules, which isn't bad, but it's not necessarily what we want. Regardless, let me just chuck everything from here into here. There we go. We'll then check our dimensional depots if I'm missing anything valuable. So I know for a fact I'm actually missing a couple of things from here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then do that. Brilliant. Am I missing anything else from the depot? Since I'm already here, might as well just fill it up, make sure it's all good to go. Modular frames and some computers wouldn't go amiss. Okay. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then for computers, I'm pretty sure we've got a few out here. 'Cause I had some of my inventory that I've emptied into that. I've got 9 so far. Is that it? Got 20 in there, 29. And how many will be missing? About 80. So let's get one more stack, and that will pretty much be us. Brilliant. Okay. Regarding everything else to do with the dimensional depot, I think we're pretty much fine. So, actually, solid biofuel. That's the last thing I'll do. And luckily, we got quite a lot of... Oh, wait. I've turned all of this into packaged liquid biofuel. I have got some solid biofuel upstairs, which is nice. We'll do that. We'll do that. Then we'll do that. Same here with you lots. And then same with you. There we go. Make sure this is all chucked into here. Then this can then get uploaded to there when we've got the space in our inventory, which is fantastic. The reason why I came back here though, is because if I actually open up my dimensional depot and scroll down to this, the Fixmas data cartridge, and click on this, we can actually try to unlock our next tier. The only thing that we are missing is the branches, which hopefully we should have more than enough over here as I get my 12th Amazon ad of the day. I don't care about Amazon. There we go. Can then do the research of this. And what does this actually unlock? This unlocks the Wraith. Fantastic.
The tree is prettier now, you have more parts to progress the Fixmas event, and there are 2 new unlocks available. Now for the actually important news. Pioneer 83CKY has disabled the Fixmas event because, quote, it's totally non-inclusive and immoral, actually. I mean, like, there's so many people, like, not having fun right now, and I feel like so bad for them, you know? Why should I have fun when other people are, like, counting on me to meet these super important deadlines? It's just not right, unquote. Totally agree. Now, back to work.
Thank you very much, Ada, for that little interlude. Oh, okay, nice. I did mean to press my my hover pack, but there's no power out there. Brilliant. Okay, let's try that again. So the good thing is, we've got enough bows. We've got enough ornaments. The only thing I'm technically missing out on now is the wraiths, of which I've got 0 of. And to make them, I know I've got what it takes to make it. I just don't quite know what it was. Why are you all yellow? Okay, that's not bad. Let me just double check what has stopped being produced here. How have we got a hardly... This is like 3 hours worth of status. 65, is that it? I mean, that doesn't seem right, does it? Because look at all the motors we were able to make in that time. Damn, okay, wait, I need to sort this out. Because the thing is, this is really good to sync. So let me just try and sync as much of this as I can. Welcome, Johnny. Welcome back, man. Hope that you are doing good today. Welcome to the live stream. And welcome to everyone that's tuning in, by the way. Thank you very much for the subscriber yesterday. I don't know who it was, because... yeah, but thank you. Today's stream is going to be about 2 hours long. How am I? Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. It's a bit tired after yesterday, but good overall, yes. There we go, collect that, collect all that there as well. Anything else that's, like, massively important? I don't think so. But I will very quickly check my computers, because that often fills up. I have got an overflow system, so in theory, all of this should be going to go get sunk anyway. I just don't think it actually works. Well, clearly it doesn't work. Which is fine. I mean, I'm not massively concerned about it. I'll definitely sink you lots. Yeah, that's completely filled to the brim. How have you only got 65 status then? I don't understand. Oh well. Let me see. Okay, that's why. Because you're just getting sunk straight away. Fair enough. I mean, as long as you're getting sunk, I'm fine with that. I don't need it, really. I would chuck the rest of this into here. And it can just do its business. Brilliant. Live at 3 today? I was live at about 10 past. I had things to do and life comes before streaming. Why was there random rubbish in there? Oh wow, this is a lot of stuff. Damn. I only checked this a few hours ago. Yet now it's filled to the brim again. That's so weird. Oh well. Still good to sync all of it. We're on 66 coupons so far. It's about to shoot up now. Oh, look at that. Wow. That is about 1 million points a second. Not bad. Not bad at all. So today we're definitely going to finish off Satisfactory. This is scheduled for tomorrow. This stream? No, this stream was scheduled for today. That's why we're live. If it was for tomorrow, I wouldn't have streamed it today. Oh yeah, you've got a backing up system, don't you? Good. Okay, good. $9 AM. Oh, okay. There we go. Chuck all of that into there. I need more. We've got so many items on us. Damn. Oh well. Pull that up the best that we can. Okay, now I suppose, what can I do with all this extra stuff? I have actually got more places to sync all of this, so I suppose we can just go do that. Is there anything else that desperately needs syncing? Yeah, you lot instantly. Wow. And you there as well. I can sync you. Okay, let's just, everything that I've currently got on me, and, oh, you lot as well, damn. All of that, we'll sync everything here. Get a bunch of coupons from it, and then we'll go to our Satisfactory. It's a little bit of a diversion to start off the day, but this is some very important stuff that I do need to do anyway, so it's good that we do actually get it done, so it's not too bad. Oh, you've completely filled up now as well. Fantastic. I have to empty that. It says one waiting and scheduled for December 18th. I have got another stream that was scheduled for today. No, we should be live. Are we not live? Yeah, we are. But I don't know if notifications works. I mean, I don't really care. This would be nice if it did. Okay. Wait, this is all completely empty. Oh dear. How are you completely empty? Okay. I didn't quite realize we were that screwed, if I'm honest with you. Damn. Okay. Let me try and get all this concrete. I was going to sink all of this concrete, not realizing that I was completely out. I know that I have actually got quite a lot down at my coal power plant, but still, it's not enough. There we go. Let's just chuck a bunch of this into here. There we go. This won't be perfect, but it will massively help us out. Any more? I think that's about it. So you go 3 to the end. 3 to the end. That's that. There we go. Same here with you lots. And same there with you. Great. I'm sure we have got some more concrete somewhere. Again, we have got, I think we said almost 100,000 at our coal power plant, so we still got tons over there. Not your fault? Oh, okay. That's all good. That can always be used for something, which is brilliant. So I want to try and empty out my heavy modular frames from this area, which shouldn't take too long to do. I'll just do that and that. Try and sink all of this. I should really get a hypertube cannon from this side of the factory to that side. I was actually thinking about doing that for our last starter factory in our previous save. Because that starter factory was actually quite a lot bigger than this. Well, a lot bigger than this. But I don't think I ever did in the end. I think we just stuck with it. Wow, what's that? 48 million points per minute? Not too bad. I will most certainly accept that. Obviously it's gone down quite a bit. That was our adaptive control units that just give you so many points. The adaptive control units are absolutely remarkable. Especially when it comes to coupons. Because obviously you don't necessarily make them early game as such. But they don't take you too long to make. Oh, we've still got tons of computers. I feel like we aren't making anything. What's going on? I think everything's yellow because we just maximized the output of everything. But now it's starting to turn green again as all of our machines start to produce items again, which is kind of what we want. I know, shocking, who would have thought? Oh well. I don't think I need any of these items. I've got tons of everything. So we're doing really good in that regard, I suppose. Think all of this, think all of that. Brilliant. Yeah, yesterday I was going to stream, but then I ran into some complications. Let's just put it as that. Basically, I went for a run. And it was a little bit of a further run than what I was expecting. Originally, I was supposed to be going for about 10 kilometers. And I ended up running about 30. Just over 30 kilometers. Which, in miles, I think is like 18.4 miles I ran. The problem, though, is I wasn't tired at all after the 30 kilometers. I was not tired. I wasn't in pain. Nothing. I wasn't out of breath. I was just completely exhausted because the problem was I hadn't eaten since about 7 PM the day before, and by the time I finished it was 3 PM, so we're looking at almost 20 hours of not eating. And when you're running at a distance that is, I would say, bigger than 10 kilometers, you need to have fuel because your body can only last for so long, right? I didn't have that. So what ended up happening was it was like my brain was telling my legs, stop. Just stop. Which was a shame because I wasn't tired. I could have easily gone for a marathon, maybe a bit more. But yeah. I would have brought food with me if I knew I was going to be that long, though, obviously. It was good fun. I'll do it again. I was going to do it again today, actually. Well, no, it wasn't. I was going to run today, not that far. But I kind of woke up and my legs just decided just to give up. Which is fine. I just walked for a few miles instead. It was good fun, though. The weather wasn't necessarily on my side. But is it ever? In this country, is it ever? There we go. So we've done all of our errands for the day. Now let's head off to our Fixmas factory, where we can finally start doing kind of what I was supposed to be doing 19 minutes ago. Let's chuck that into there, chuck that into there. Fantastic. Let's go. And everything here now is going to start producing items again, which is always brilliant. Let's go. Yeah, so everything here is still getting sunk. You've now stopped. Right. You should be going into here. You are going into there. I can design this far better than what I've done here. Because what we need is a smart splitter. I know I keep getting distracted, but I am doing important things somewhat. So I want you two to combine into a smart splitter over here. I did say logistics in the title. We are doing logistics. Oh, it's a merger. So how are we going to do this then? You're both going to merge over here. No. There we go. And then from here, I then want you to split. Like this. Because you're making less than 60, right? Yeah, 28. Damn, okay. So what we are going to do is that you're going to go there. Then the overflow is then going to go this side. Just like that. The points where you are then going to be coming over everything here. Keeping you on the same sort of level. Just like that. You're then going to come up like so. With a merger, cancel, hello. Thank you. Here. So this is now all of our overflow. Which is pretty much everything because you're filled to the brim. Which is actually completely fine. Brilliant. Okay. Get rid of all the rubbish that I don't need. Which, to be fair, most of this is kind of rubbish, but I won't. Tuck that into there, though. The next thing that I then want to try and do is a very similar thing over here on this side. So we'll get this place down over here this time. Chuck you there, chuck you there. Come forwards again with another smart splitter. This time I can and will just place you here. You go straight into there. Then this time you, if I was to bring you there, you're not actually going to line up with that. So I'll drag you around this side here instead. And then, yeah, brilliant. Again, you're for the overflow. Just go in like so. And that's basically it. So when this fills up our dimensional depot, which at the minute it apparently isn't, so I will just do that. There we go. When that fills that up, we'll then just go into the awesome sink. And now we're up to 85 printable coupons, which I think is not too bad. Because here, oh, wait a minute. You've actually got to be a Mark II. I'm happy that I checked that. Brilliant. That's all good, Vinod. Have a nice rest of your day, and thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, hopefully we can get this Satisfactory done. I'm hoping that we can. I can't see any more distractions for today, at least. That was a really good jump. I'll probably find a distraction. Make another vending machine like I did last time. You know, hopefully today will be nice and productive. What day is it tomorrow? Is it Thursday? I might not be able to stream tomorrow. We'll see how things go. I plan on streaming. I will be out until 4:30, and right now it's 3:30. So if I do stream, it will be quite a late one. But it still will be a stream, so I've got to think about it. But preferably, yes, I do want to try and stream. I love how I tried to make some sort of lava-looking floor there, and it just looks a little bit like honey. I've made a honey floor. Brilliant. Oh, dear. Ooh, oh, there is a slug there. Wow. Yeah. So, straight back into the fun. I should probably get my mathematics open. I can show you guys what I've actually managed to get done if I can find where I've done this. have I saved this factory? Is it here? I mean, I generally don't know now. Okay, it didn't even open. Nice. Let's see. I know that it's somewhere. I was recording a video earlier, so I was moving everything around. What is this? Chat, I actually don't know where I've saved this factory. I'm guessing it has to be this one. Official 1.1 factories. Yeah, it should be here. There we go. Great. So everything in green is what we've done. Actually, I can change the color of these now. Because everything is in red is what we didn't have unlocked. But now we have unlocked this. So let's now make our ornament bundles. Which you might have realized, I've actually just got a bunch of ornament bundles already. That's because off camera, I essentially grinded a ton of them. So what I did was I connected you and I think it was one of these together. I just made a bunch of ornament bundles. Yeah, it was the iron and the copper, I believe. Either way, I've now got to try and make 30 of them. So what I want to try and do is get our assembler open, ornament bundle, and I am going to need 6 of these in total, which is completely fine. That's actually a really good number, to be fair. I can fit that into here quite nicely, and maybe even an awesome sink if we can get very lucky. 1, 2, 3, and we've got no rotors. Nice. After all that, have I got any rotors down over here? I don't think so. 344. That will do. How have I got... It doesn't matter. Guess now we're on the search for rotors. 200. Okay, so that's the bulk of them. That's good. There's probably a few more dotted around here. Okay, I think that's it. As I'm uploading... Oh, there's only one more? No. There we go. That's better. We definitely have got enough rotors now. So let's go back to trying to fit 6 of these into here. I don't think we are going to be able to get an awesome sink into here. That's the amount of room that we've got left. No. Okay, because there's pretty much one foundation left, I think what I'm actually going to do is just place these starting from this side now. You lined up. I think you're both slightly off, unfortunately. I mean, no surprise to anyone there, but oh well. At least now I know it's going to be fine. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Which again does leave about 1 foundation or so there in the middle. I don't know what I'm going to add, but I know what I can add, and that's this. Firstly, do this. And let's switch up the color scheme here as well to our new favorite color scheme for the Fixmas factory. I love this color. I don't know why. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's get some mergers. You lot will be coming in here. And because we're only making 30 of these per minute, we could absolutely just stick to Mark 1 miners. Mark 1 conveyor belts. I'll never ever ever stick to Mark 1 miners. There was no reason to. How's that? I would say that's almost in the middle. But I would say this line's going to be the middle. There we go. Then what I'm going to do is actually bring you up to around about there. Select... Where is it? I'm so lazy. I could have just got this, but you know what? No. Sometimes being lazy is good. Most of the time it's not, but sometimes it is. Oh, you actually interact with that. Gosh darn it. No. Screw it, I'm going to be lazy. 1, 2. Then select this. Come down by 1 more. I can't wait to unlock Mark 6 conveyor belts. I think they'll end up looking really cool. Not today's problem though. No, no, no. I'm now going to get rid of this floor just so it makes this logistics nice and simple to try and do. And what I'm going to do is this. You're going to come down to there. Facing back here. I'll sort out power in just a moment. It's not actually... Ooh. I'll do it now, just so I don't have all the conveyor belts in the way. Basically, as you can obviously see, I'm just hiding them underneath here. Just hides the wire. That's about it. And even though this is technically only a temporary factory, it's still nice to hide the wires anyway. Just looks a bit nicer. Okay. Then you're now going to go to... here. Everything here should now be green, or sorry, yellow in theory, because you haven't got anything getting fed into you. That's all good. And let's do a couple of splitters. Which direction should we go in? We'll go this direction. That makes the most sense. I know, I'm actually applying common sense to one of my projects. First time in recorded human history. Now what we are going to do is bring you down. Let's see. 1, 2. To that level. To that level. 1, 2. So tomorrow is going to be the very first time in about 8 years. Maybe even longer. Oh, actually. Yeah, maybe 10-ish years that I'm going to the cinema. There's been absolutely nothing in the theatres that has piqued my interest. No, we're finally going to go see Avatar tomorrow. I love the Avatar movies. The first one a bit better than the second. I've explained this before. No, I am looking forward to it, deeply. Iron copper, okay. Which is coming from here. Yes. So yeah, that's the reason why I might not be able to stream tomorrow. But again, just keep you guys updated. The best way to stay updated is by having notifications turned on, but you don't have to, it's okay. It is the best way. Okay, and just like that, we've now made all of our bundles. Of course, it would take time for everything to be fully automated, but yeah, we've pretty much done it. That's great. I think now what I'm actually going to try and do is grab all of you lot, because you're going to spend ages actually transferring across, and then just add it in manually. That makes sense to me. The reason being is because this is all Mark 1 conveyor belts. The reason I've done that is because it just looks a lot nicer than having Mark 5 to everything zooming across the map. I mean, it's functional, but it's just not really what I want. There we go. We should almost have enough here. In fact, I think we do have enough. Oh, brilliant. Everything's already filled to the brim. Then you'll then all come down here, which, by the way, the ornament bundles do look very, very nice. We've obviously got the copper. Wait, yeah, no. The red gift, the blue gift, the copper, then the white, which is the iron. Beautiful. That is now one more thing we can cross off of our list. We now have to combine this with our tree branches. Okay. Over here to form 10 of these rifts. In fact, you know what? This zone isn't even finished yet. Let's try and finish the zone. Which would be the best idea. Brilliant. Yeah, I can't wait just to finally not quit this factory, just end the chapter. End the chapter. It might look like we are about to finish the project because we are narrowing down now logistically, but beautification wise we still got a lot more left to do. I want to try and get in some awesome sinks, and right now room is quite tight. It all depends on how many of these assemblers these wraiths require. If it's less than 5 we should be fine. It's 5, okay. So they require 5, and then our 2 stars require I haven't actually unlocked it just yet, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 assemblers. So if I can fit 7 assemblers here, ooh, that would be absolutely just perfect. I'm gonna go here for the middle. Yep. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes! We can indeed fit everything here, which is brilliant. The next question is, do I have to rotate a couple of these around? Because you're going to be for the Wraith. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you two, which I currently can't actually afford. So I'm going to paint you... I'll paint you green, just so it highlights that I haven't actually got anything to go into there. You're going to be for the Fixmas Star. So that combines the candy cane from there and the reefs from here. So if I combine you lots and have you go straight down from there, then re-emerge from here, I think we'll do that. Yeah. Unless, no, I think it makes more sense for you to be going in this direction. And well, actually, it doesn't really matter, but I think I'd prefer if you went in this direction. Then this would be where our stars are going to be collected, which is, one must admit, very exciting. I almost want to try and do something special with the stars, but what do we do? Nope. I honestly don't know what I can do that's special regarding what we can do with our stars. I could have it going around our entire facility. For example, doing something like this. Just going all the way around. Carrying our stars. Would that look nice? Maybe, or just... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. For now, obviously we can't make them just yet, so they can just stay there. Regarding you lot, let's do the exact same thing that I did with the power of those assemblers. Come down here, then just hook them up. There we go. Also, I don't think I said the right day that I'll be going back home. Oh, sorry, back to university. I think I might have said the 18th. I meant the 10th. So I'm going back in 3 weeks, about 3 weeks. I've still got tons more time here, but not as much time as I said, I don't think. But this event ends on the 18th. I think that's where I got a bit confused. I wish I can stay here forever, but I've got things to do with my life. Apparently, I mean... yeah. Right, exact same story with you lot. Since we did a pretty good job before, I think there's no point in changing things up now. You lot are going to come down to there. We are then going to get you, yes, a splitter. There. Yes. Couldn't find the right entrance there for a second. A bit weird. So then what I'm going to do is you are just going to loop around to here. I don't know why you're acting a bit weird. Why are you doing that? Oh, I know why, actually. Because you're currently on the wrong level. In that case, I'm actually going to leave you where you are, and instead you're going to be for the branches, which should be somewhere underneath this absolute mess of a factory that we have created. I think it's a bit further in this side. I brought it down. Where's our branches? Are they not on our logistic level? Oh, wait a minute, you are. Just you're this side. Okay. Right, so with you... I suppose you've actually got to come down a little bit now as well, don't you? Like that. Then I want you to come around to... Well, if this is where it's going to start, I suppose just here? Does that interact with that? You know what? I think we can get away with that. That should be fine. Just about. Welcome, Maga. Hope that you're doing good. Makes you want to make a sauce. Yeah, there's a lot of pasta. The thing is, though, none of it is too weird. I don't like how that bends a little bit. But everything has a place to go, and it doesn't... I don't know. I think it looks fine. It's a little bit messy, I will admit that. But it works, so I'm kind of fine with it. What I am going to do right now is the exact same thing that I did a little bit earlier on. I'm going to grab 5 of these, just like so, and just chuck them into here. And whatever I can't fit into here, I don't care. No, we'll find a use for it. We've got 100, just upload it to there. There we go. The next thing that I then wanted to try and do was grab this and bring it down. 1, 2, to this level right here. Nice. But how about a red sauce with Worcestershire sauce and Merlot? Ooh. I don't mind Worcestershire. I think it's quite a nice sauce. Or Worcestershire, as it's apparently called now. I was thinking about this the other day. Often when people try and pronounce like British places, they always say Shire. Like Yorkshire. It's Yorkshire, not Yorkshire. But what I was thinking about, which made me question my life choices as I build this wrong, is... Isn't there a state... Actually, no, there is a state in America called New Hampshire. Now, as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure they pronounce it New Hampshire, not New Hampshire. So how come when it comes to British names, suddenly it's Shire? If New Hampshire is New Hampshire. I don't know, that was like a little shower thought that I had. Right, so can you just... You can. And you don't interact with that? You don't? Brilliant. Okay. We have got a few of these ornament bundles. Nothing too snazzy, but it's good enough. There we go. Then what we'll do is I'll split you guys up here a little bit. In fact, no, I'll fill this up. There we go. Then you just make your way down here. So now we should be making our reefs. We're actually flying through this. It's almost like I've played this game before. I've played these games before. You take a bloody long time to make though. Okay. So, now you need the candy canes. Obviously, I can't make the stars just yet. In fact, I probably will after I do that little challenge thing on the right side. So I did 100 reefs, which should take about... well, in theory, it should take exactly 10 minutes. Depending if this is going to be annoying or not. Which, plot twist, it most likely will be. Just grab all of this. Nice. Chuck that into there. You're doing... it'll fill up. It will fill up. Okay. Let's just start with the Wraiths, I suppose. The Wraith Shadow Legends. Please. Thank you. So you'll be coming in there. 1, 2... and you'll be coming in down here. Actually, I suppose, let's just smash the candy canes. Not literally smash, but as in, let's just get them out of the way with. Because you're coming out of... where? There. Okay. That was actually, wow. That was handy. I managed to guess exactly where it was coming out of. Wasn't rocket science, really, but good enough. You're then going to go forwards to a... okay, you're not even straight. You're not even straight. What's the point in that case? Okay, that's fine. What I'll then do is try and line this up. Come down like so. Then you can pretty much perfectly go straight into there. It's almost like I kind of knew this was going to happen. What? That's great. Ew. The hell did you do that for? Let's try that again. After the Continental War, Americans inverted much of our British culture. Yeah. But it's still pronounced New Hampshire. It's right next to Vermont. Is it Vermont? Yeah. This place. How is New Hampshire pronounced? Maybe I'm actually getting this wrong. New Hampshire is pronounced New Hampshire. Yeah, okay, so. Ah. That's a nice flag. Seal of the state of New... ah. Very nice. That boat is probably significant in some way. Also, I found out the other day, there's a country in Africa called... is it Liberia? I know it's not Libya. Okay, wow, my keyboard's breaking again. There we go. It is. Because Liberia has a very similar flag to the United States. And I believe the reason for it is because after the US ended the, ended slavery, they sent a lot of the slaves to be free in a new place in Africa. I don't know if they, like, colonized the land or whatever, but they essentially gave this land in Africa to the slaves, and then they called it Libya. Oh, sorry, Liberia, not Libya. Liberia translation. Which translates to land of the free, which is, you know, a common saying. Liberia facts. Founding established by the American Colonization Society of freed US slaves. That's nice. I mean, the colonized, but that still. The more you know. Friendly people. Tourism, surfing. Ooh. The more you know. Ooh, train. So, what haven't we done? Our candy canes now connected. Oh yeah, the race. Why are you yellow? Because you're still fitting up with that. Okay, that's fine. Form of apology, yeah. Okay. This seems fine. I'm just making sure everything's working. I'm quite surprised it is. Although I shouldn't really be surprised, should I? That was a bad place to come out of. No. Let me just do this here. So where are you? Oh, I haven't actually added the the lift. There we go. Then you're then going to go here. You're then going to connect to here. And there we have it. Kind of, sort of, not really. Well, no, we have. But now we're just waiting for our 100 reefs. And, yeah. Sound. Is there anything here I can collect? No. I will collect all of these, though. Because again, we need 100. We should be relatively close. We're currently on 19. Which isn't too bad. Well, it's not great, is it? But it's not bad. But now when I come over here and collect the remainder of these. Let's see. Granted, this is going to take about half an hour. Oh, that's it. We've obviously got some more in here. I don't really want to continuously demolish this. No, actually, no, I can't, can I? Right. No, thank you. Brilliant. So yeah, we're currently on 66. And I actually want to very quickly... What's the easiest way of doing this? Just get rid of this. Just so that when the wraiths do come here, I can just very easily collect it, rather than trying to demolish things over there. So we've got to wait a little bit longer. When it comes to the Fixmas bow... In fact, I know what we can do. We've got all this room over here now, which is great. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to do with it. I suppose I just thought of something now. What I can try and do is this. 1, 2. That. This can then go. This can then go along with all of this. And then in this area, I want to try and add our final awesome sink. If I can figure out with my 3 functioning brain cells where to find the awesome sink, there we go. I knew where to find it, I just couldn't be, like... My brain cells didn't want to work, which is fine. Okay. Obviously we have to focus quite a lot on decoration to make this factory look proper. Which I'm not really too concerned about. Should be pretty simple to do. Oh, okay, that's now gone. Nice. Good that you have 3. It is, yeah, no, I think it's a great change. Okay. It's getting a little bit dark now, isn't it? That's all good. Logistics, we'll then go with you. Then most certainly that. When it comes to power, again, I'm just going to hide the power underneath here. Oh, in fact, that would have been a little bit too perfect. And also, I can't really have any power being shown here because I want it to look nice and, well, natural, I suppose. So I'm actually going to get rid of this, which is going to have hopefully no effects on my factories, but I suppose we're going to find out in just a few short seconds. Oh, nice. The one place that I could not have placed it, and I've placed it right there. My luck is so good. Let me get rid of that. This has to go. That has to go. Okay, I'm very quickly going to check my power grid to see if I generally have broken anything, because I shouldn't have, but you never know. No, everything looks great. Fantastic. That is great news. Okay. So now let's try and gather all of these gifts from this side of the factory. And then feed them into the awesome sink. Is this going to be massively worth it? No idea. I'm still going to do it anyway though, because screw it. So you're actually going to continue around to this side, aren't you? Where you are then going to go up to here. This always works. Increase the loom. Yeah, I probably should. I should start producing more brain cells in the assembler. Absolutely. Increase my production. Was that almost 196 aluminium sheets for that? Sometimes I don't realize how much this is costing me. But hey, we built it on the exact right level though, except I built that wrong. Nice, cool, awesome. Just never do something properly, can I? It's annoying. There we go. Perfect, brilliant. See, this might change in a few seconds, but you can very clearly see the gifts are on the outside here, or the presents, and then the actual conveyor lift itself is closer towards the lights. Let's just... Okay. I'm going to remember that I've done that. Because that I can guarantee that will change. And it will be rather confusing. Oh, you've decided to be weird. That is all now connected. You've changed colour. That's all good. I'd prefer if you didn't. There we go. Great. Except for you. You've got to go back to what you were, which is just this, I'm pretty sure. I can hardly see what I'm doing here, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. Hopefully. I guess we're about to find out. Now, you've got to connect to there. And you've got to connect to the thing I'm looking at. The thing I'm looking at. The thing I'm looking at. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that one more time. You're going to connect to the thing I'm looking at. Thank you. And is that it? That is it. Brilliant. Merger? Yep. Is this the right level? No, that's okay. That is going to work beautifully though. then I think what I'm doing with you is I'm just going to bring you straight down, aren't I? You're right, so that's good. Can I go a bit further up? No, I'm not going to have that luxury, unfortunately. Can't even get over here. There we go. So yeah, you're literally just going to come straight down. Oh. Thank you. Come on. Damn. Where is this connected to? That didn't feel right. Don't know why. I can barely see what I'm doing because of how far away I am and I can't get any closer. Okay, so it looks like I've now got to redesign this entire thing. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'd appreciate if it didn't, like, bug out there, but we are kind of used to bugs here and there. Let's redo this again, unfortunately. And let's try and sort out our power, because I can't really connect to any sort of grids now. I know, we need a merger, don't we? Okay. Can I try and make it to the top of this thing? I can. In fact, I've actually got quite a lot more power if I hang around this side. It looks like. Oh yeah, we're actually towards the top now. How has that happened? However it's happened, I don't mind because this is better. Why is it switching? Is this going to work? Nope, okay. That has decided to not work for us today. That's all good. I might have to demolish this a third time now. Unfortunately, we are experiencing some weird bugs today. Which is not really helping, because you've connected to this. But the problem is, that, as you can see, isn't really working properly at all. So, the only thing I can keep doing is just keep placing it down and hoping that the game just kind of fixes itself. I don't know if there's much more I could do personally, other than literally just place it where I need to place it down. And then request for the game to work. Okay, so let's restart all over again for the third time. That's all good. That's all good. Let's try and do that. Into here. I'm going to ignore that middle part for now, because this is broken 3 times. So it's probably going to break again. Let's see. That seems better. There we go. Third time's the charm. Get rid of that bit there as well. Then select this. And you. Brilliant. We can then come back in here. Ow. I suppose, yeah, I want it to be on this sort of level. Yes. Definitely get rid of that. We don't need it. Names of architects that talks about kinetic architecture. You're more of a systematic engineer. Yeah, no idea. No idea. I'm not good with names on a good day. Okay, so that is number 1, and I want you to go somewhere over here. So what I'm most likely going to end up doing is, bringing you around here. then around here. Then selecting ourselves, and in fact, do you line up with this pretty much perfectly? I think you just do, don't you? Much easier to add a merger here than... So you go there, you're lined up with that, so you're lined up with that, so you're lined up with this. Then simply just do that. Replace their belts on the outside of the building. Oh, okay. I just thought it looked nice, that's why I did it. I haven't got too much science behind it. Or reasoning. Okay, now for you, you're shooting off in this direction. So I can bring you there, then hinge that, then bring you down here. Let's do it. This shouldn't really take too long. The only problem is I'm going to have to delete all of these, which is fine. I'm not using any of them, so that's all good. Not using them yet, of course. I will be using them eventually. And the next challenge as well is trying to remember where I built the platform up here. What is going on with our power? It only seems to work when I'm above here. Oh, because I'm connected to that, I suppose? Oh well. Looks nice. Yeah, I mean, it's better than just having everything inside and being hidden underneath our logistics floor as well. I think it's good to have a mix. No. There we go. Got there in the end. So this is where I want you to start going down. This is where I want you to start going across there. Okay. And now what we can try and do is select you lots and just get rid of you like that. Wait, how am I losing power when there's literally a power thing right there? Oh yeah, I turn... Wait. No, you should be on. Why are you not on? Yeah, there is no reason why you shouldn't be working. Let's try that. Bit of a diversion, but... Oh, weird. Can I speed this up? Yes. That's better. Okay, so what I wanted to try and place down here was this. Cancel. Was... this one? Because you should now be facing the correct direction. Coming over this direction. Oh, brilliant, okay. Where's the glass that I got rid of? Oh, it is here, yes. Oh, I got rid of the glass here now as well, but luckily that's not going to prove to be a problem. Because sometimes it is actually a problem when you do that, but this time, no. Then what we're going to do, make sure that you are connected into there, you're into here, then you into here. Everything that I, well, no, not everything. Most things that I make here on this channel are just simple. Sometimes I'll build something stupid, but I enjoy it anyway. But the majority of things is just nice and simple. Like, this might look a little bit complicated, Jesus. But the actual logistics is nice and simple. Granted, I could have made it complicated, but why? If there's no reason to make things more difficult for yourself, why do it? $96. Okay, that's the exact same cost as the other one, which means we must be on the same sort of level or thereabouts, which is good enough for my standards. Okay, except you've rotated yourself. Okay, I didn't select for you to do that. I don't think. Maybe I did actually. So now you're facing the right way again. Brilliant. Let's try and do this again. There we go. Do, 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 do. So now, actually there's one more. Yeah, there is one more. Okay. I completely forgot about this layer. Whoops. Oh. What's going on here now? Now you've decided to stop. Why have you decided to stop? Because it means that I am now yet again going to have to redo everything. Because of... It's clearly a bug. Okay, so we have spotted a new bug here, which is a bit of a shame. If that happened once, then fair enough, but this is now the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time that this happened, so it does appear to be a new glitch. That's a shame. Let's, I suppose... Actually, wait a minute. What if I was to do this? And if I get rid of some of these presents... Okay, I can't get rid of any of the presents. You've now rotated around the wrong way, so I've got to redo it again. That's the problem. If I was to do that, you're now facing the wrong way. Okay, so I have to redo this part again then. Either way, I'm having to redo something, so that's all good. Okay. You're now facing the right way. No, you're facing the wrong way, so let's redo it again. This is fun. There we go. You're now facing the right way. You're probably not going to work, but at least you're facing the right way. Okay, now you're facing the wrong way and you've flipped yourself around. Let's do this again. It shouldn't be this difficult. Let's add that into there. Okay, so you're now facing the right way. This is at the very back of the lights. You've now rotated yourself around again. Oh. So I am not the problem. That's good to know, at least. No, you've rotated yourself wrong again. What if I do it wrong on purpose? No. No. If I just keep doing it wrong, eventually it's going to end up being right. Arrows on the floor holds. But this is where I want it to be, though. I want it to be right here, this position. Then it rotates itself. I'm gonna redo everything again. I'm redoing the entire system. It's all broken. The entire thing's just completely broken. It's completely starting from scratch. Let's go up to the top. Redo this again. Even you're now going to be broken. I don't care. So let's try and do this. When you look at the empty floor holes, there are arrows on the sides of the floor hole indicating the side edge. I've placed it on all 4 sides. I rotated it around multiple times and it still didn't go where I placed it. Okay, so step number 1. Are you going to face the right way? You normally do, in all fairness. That is correct. That is the way it's starting. Just stay like this. Do not move. Just stay like that. It shouldn't be randomly rotating itself around when I'm placing everything in now, in theory. Put a floor hole down and look at it. Okay, so we've done that now. Let's try this again. And now it's flipped around. Now it's flipped the entire thing around. You're telling me I'm the problem. Oh, of course you got the 2 wrong ones. Actually, that's fine. I'll give it one more try, then I'm going to abandon this project, because there's no point in me doing it if it's just bugged. Unfortunately. I'd like to finish it, but I don't really care too much. Okay, I can't lock it into place, that's fine. So let's add a merger. Currently, this part of the conveyor lift is right next to the sign. The gifts, or the presents, will be facing outwards. The conveyor lift is facing inwards. I'm hoping now when I plop down this, it doesn't switch itself around. It's now rotated itself to that side. Okay, so we gave it a good little attempt there. I don't think I want to continue that anymore. That's completely fine. When they fix the bug, we'll attempt it again. But yeah, as of right now, there's no point. The facing the floor hole is auto-snapping to the side. I've been using floor holes since day 1, so a couple years now. And it's never done that before. Oh well. Again, luckily I don't really care too much about it, because these ones are completely fine. 0 problems with these. I did the exact same thing today, what I was doing over here with these, and we had 0 problems, except for you now. You've now switched around completely. Okay. Again, I don't really care. So, we'll ignore that for now. If you repeat the same message, Mega, I'm just not going to read it. You've typed the same sentence about 12 different times now. Okay, so hopefully we've now got enough of these resources. Although you are apparently struggling with these bundles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 times 5, 30. Why are you yellow here? There's not enough iron Fixmas ornaments. Okay, that was probably causing a slight problem there. It'll back up. That's all good. It is a bug. Pop these into here. So the copper ornaments seem to be completely fine. That was a small problem there because I didn't have enough iron. You're the candy cane. So yeah, that's actually supposed to be like that. That's fine. Let's now just collect these very quickly. And we've now got... We've got enough. Brilliant. Wasn't sure if we would or not, but we've now got 235. Pretty good. Then connect that over to there. Okay, the Fixbus bow. Where have I actually stored these? I think it's somewhere down here. They've also got some presents around the world, but I don't really care at all about that, so... Wait, I've got 2,000 of these just stored here. There we go. Now let's get the map. What am I now missing? Okay, I'm not missing anything, but it's saying because it's in my depot that I can't actually use it. Okay, that's all good. I need more of these bows. Let's start the research from that. And we need 250 of these of these stars to then finish the event.
The best idea Fixit could come up with to appreciate and reward pioneers for their hard work is a gold star. How creative, but don't worry, I understand the merits of actually meaningful appreciation. When you save the day, you will understand.
Paint these the right color now. There we go. Yeah, it's one each. You missing anything? No, you're not missing anything. Great. I want to try and use a couple Somerset loops here, though. Because again, we're only making about 4 per minute. I need 500. 500 divided by 4 is 125 minutes, which is 2 hours and 5 minutes, to then finish this event. But I suppose the title of tomorrow's stream would be, we finished the events. I don't know. Hey, that's working nicely. I'm happy to see that. Now, where do I want you to actually go? How about directly behind here? Here? Let's try it. No reason why this won't work. Logistics bring you straight down from underneath here. Same with you. In fact, you could just go straight into this wall, I'd say. Now, granted, you are actually going to combine with that, but I don't massively care. Well, I do a little bit, but it's fine. There we go. Hey, we got our first 2 stars. Nice. I mean, that took quite a bit of time. To be fair, like, the actual logistics of this is really simple. The only thing that took the longest amount of time was the actual build. And that was my fault, really. I would say this build was far more enjoyable than what we did last season. But I don't know if last season's was... I'd say I don't know. The shape of what we built last season, I would say, looked better. But this one is far more functional. It looks a lot nicer. And I would choose this any day of the week. Because it does just look a lot nicer. There we go, little gold star there. Oh yeah, that's not an object, is it? There we go. Well, almost at 100 coupons too, which is fantastic. We'll upload some of those stars, we'll then get some of these into here, then get some of these. We'll slowly update our dimensional depot as the day goes on. Brilliant. So now let's focus a little bit more about the actual factory itself. Obviously we finished the event, which was never going to really be much of a challenge. What I do want to do though is try and make this look quite nice. So we'll do this, do that, then leave this here as a gap. And just chuck everything down like that. And I think that's basically just going to be it. Keeping things nice and simple here for the greenery part of the factory. Nope. Where did that even place? Okay, just, yeah. Whoopsie daisy. For whatever reason, I woke up a few days ago, which, I mean, that's how you know it's the start of a bad day when I've woken up. But I noticed that Total War Warhammer 3 had been installed on my PC, and I didn't buy that game. And as far as I'm aware, it wasn't free. So I don't know how I got the game and how it installed itself. But I've been playing it, it's good fun. At first, I didn't actually think they changed it from Total War Warhammer 1. Because it had the exact same factions and the exact same map. But then I slowly realised the map was far bigger and there was far more factions, and it's actually quite good fun. I got back into that recently. Which is always good fun. Because there's no real games that have been that interesting to me recently. Obviously Cyberpunk, but that's about it. I know that the Game Awards was quite popular, and was it Expedition 33 won most of the awards? The game looks crap to me. It's not really my kind of game. I'm sure some people love it, but, well, obviously a lot of people do, but it didn't really interest me at all. Contacted Steam. It wasn't Steam, it's Epic Games. But yeah. Because it was on discount. So I was thinking, like, did I buy the game without me realising? But then I couldn't have, because I bought Cyberpunk. I never, ever, ever buy two games within, like, the span of a month of each other. That's just a waste of money for me. Okay. So that's the simple thing now done. Although I suppose, don't I want some sort of... Actually, wait. I'll add that there, of course not. Because it's the exact same thing. An identical buildable is already there. Yes, identical. So what I'm going to try and do here instead then is this. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's fine. Then the same thing over here now as well. I suppose you can both stay. Oh, actually, I'm not sure about... If it worked for the previous one, it's going to work for this then as well. Yep. That's pretty good. Epic Shady? Oh yeah, probably. Then we're going to add some... Where is it? Low barriers. I think that's what I used for the other side, isn't it? We'll do the exact same. The reason why I'm not over-designing this part is because I don't really feel like it needs it. I am trying to go for a more minimalistic looking factory. A modern looking factory, I would say. And I know we have literally got a train going from one side of it to the other. But for the most part, there's nothing in this factory that a day one player couldn't make. Which is the way I like it. The logistics is, well, it's as simple as it's going to get in this game. The building is fairly simple. The machines, again, fairly simple. There was nothing here I would describe as too difficult to make. At all. What does that sound? Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot about that. That sounded very unique. That's because it's what it is, I suppose. Okay, let's fill in the floor. Is that going to work? There we go. Do that over here. Fill all of that in. And there's a lot of progress to make. Put that in there as well. Also, if I do these barriers, I am just going to double check very quickly that I haven't made any sort of obvious mistakes. Like if I've left any holes anywhere, for example. Why have I built this so close to the end of there? Oh right, yeah, there's actually a bit of a tight squeeze. I'm very happy with this particular part of the factory, by the way. Because, as I just said, it's a very tight squeeze, but because of this, we were able to save a lot of room, which worked in our favour in the end. So it all ended up working out pretty nicely. Even with this. Is there any yellow? There is. Because you've got too many candy canes. That isn't really much of a problem, is it? Got 5, 10, 15, 20, 80 in total? 40. That is correct. And how many have I made? 40. Yeah, okay. Out of 500, so we are about a 12th of the way there. No, 12... 1/12. A bit more than that. Sorry, a bit less than that. Oh well. One thing that I do want to try and do is design a couple curvy looking blueprints. I was thinking about going onto our creative world to do it. But I'm not sure how to transfer blueprints across. In theory, all I've got to try and do is look for the factory game, look where I've saved my blueprints, and then just move it from the file that says my creative world to this file. And in theory, that should be it. But I'm unsure. So I might as well just make it in this world. And let's keep this factory rolling. Let's make those stars. That's kind of what I'm here to do today. Connect this over here. Brilliant. Same thing here. And then you're already done. Fantastic. Fantastic. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit finicky. Nice, thank you. Nope. Try and fill this in. There we go. That's what I was saying earlier, just trying to fill in all those holes there. This I can probably get rid of now. Oh no, I suppose I can keep it there just in case I come back next year and I'm wondering, what have I done? That's how we explain everything. Brilliant. Let's come around here. I could try and add something a little bit fancier down there. I'm just not quite sure what. Maybe some pillars? Yeah, that looks... Are we up to 50 now, by the way? 48. Almost. Almost on 50. 87%. 13%. You must have finished it then. Oh, there we go. Just saw it go in there. 50. And does it stack for 50? It either stacks for 50 or it stacks for 100, but I assume it stacks for 50. It's about to get in here though, so... Yeah, okay, it does stack for 50. Good. And a couple more now of these. I think this project, other than the wall back there, is pretty much completed, which is brilliant. So let's give it a quick little look over. No. Oh. So now that the factory's pretty much done, I want to try and give it a rating from 1 to 10. And regarding efficiency, I'll give it like a 9.3. It's perfect for efficiency. The one thing I will say though is that we are consuming or gathering a lot more iron and copper than what I actually need. But it's still efficient, it still works, so it's perfect in that regard, which is quite nice. Looks, exterior, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. A child could have built it a little bit better, but I think it gets a couple bonus points there because of the present idea. The interior, again a 5 out of 10. Needs a lot of work. The lights don't make any sort of sense. The train is decent. Everything else about that though is fine. The overall score, I would say like a 6.5 out of 10 for a week and a half worth of work. Yeah, I'm happy with it. A giant sandstorm just began halfway through your walk and you were carrying groceries the whole time. And the wind was just pushing you backwards. Factory looks good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry about the sandstorm. Couldn't you just tell the government to hold back on the sandstorm until you got back home? I mean, they should have listened. You're a mod for the Valhalla and Pickle YouTube channel. If that isn't status, I don't know what is. Anyway, since we've done that, let's definitely try and do a couple of these curves now. So I think it will be quite interesting to actually see what I can try and do with them. I have got a design in mind. I, again, don't know what just yet, but something. So the way that we do curves, the extremely boring way, but the only way that I think actually works, is something a little bit like this. I'll use this. Oh dude, I keep yawning today, sorry guys. Now I think we actually have to come out by 2 walkways. I'm just trying to experiment with one to see what it looks like. There we go. That's why you took twice as long. Also, I don't think the government knows about your channel. Oh, yeah, they do. No, they do. So if I was to stick with this, what would it look like? I'm guessing quite sharp, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought would end up happening. Is there any way, because like from the interior wise, it looks pretty good. Is there any way I can hide that? Let's see. I'm sure there is. Nope. I think we're missing one here. There we go. Same thing here as well. A half foundations to do that. Yeah, we could try. Because as of right now, yeah, it does stick out by quite a long way, which I'm not a massive fan of. I'm still trying to think, is there any way I can try to hide this if I really wanted to? I don't think this is going to help. I mean, it sort of does, actually. Yes and no. Doesn't hide all of it. No. I mean, again, it somewhat works, somewhat doesn't. Okay. I'm too tired for this. Architecture. Let's then go for the catwalk. There we go. So that right there is a 90-degree turn. I mean, yeah, this could work. Firstly, interior, everything there is pretty good, I'd say. Exterior, better. You can still see where it does cross over, but it's a lot better. Tired today? Yeah, I do things during the day which make me tired, unfortunately. I can't add this here now, though. Which is fine. And again, interior is fine as well. So then what can I do for the outside? I suppose what I could do is the exact same as what I had before with this. Just place in the middle this time rather than the outside. So something a little bit like this. Then up here, we can go with this. Maybe that. Although this bend looks really weird. Oh no, no, it's fine. It seems really weird when I was placing it down, but no, everything actually looks fine. Just double check. It's doable. Definitely doable. Tricky thing in Satisfactory, they are really tricky, aren't they? They're annoying. Because now again, like, look how obvious these gaps are in here. It doesn't look smooth. You can clearly see it's just been done like that. One thing I can try to do is paint it all black. Because the gaps in between the grey painted beams were black. So now you can still see it, it's just not as bad. Use wall decoration to make it look good. Yeah, like somewhere down there as well. I was also thinking this. Something like that. But from this angle, I can tell it's obviously a curve. But it doesn't look good. Let me try and go somewhere where we've got a little bit more room to work with. Because we're quite limited with land up there. Let's go behind this build. Which, by the way, seeing all the presents finally moving looks really good. I'm happy with that. Well, most of the presents moving. Yeah, the beam connectors look fine. I've got to work on this little area over here now as well. This looks fine. I think I quite like the way this turned out. It reminds me a little bit of a theme park when you sometimes are walking underneath one of the roller coasters. I think that's the only reason why I like it. Okay, so you're sticking up through here. Just decided to do that today then, because you didn't do it on that side. No, okay. Well, that's quite annoying. Let's redo everything along there. For like the 10th time today. Oh, I fixed you. How weird. Right. Yeah, there's tons of room out here. I'm not necessarily planning anything with this circle design just yet. I'm just thinking ahead because I do want to try and do some unique looking factories in this playthrough. So let's try and come up here a little bit. That should be fun. So what we're going to try and do is that. Okay, I think this is going to work. If I do this. Now let's see, if this lines up, then yes, it's worked. If it hasn't lined up, we're in a bit of trouble. Okay. Good. So I've made a circle. Wow, a small circle. Now, what do I do? Where do I go from here? I can't add anything into the interior. The reason for this, let me just show you. If I was to go with a glass, if I can find it. It very clearly sticks out. I mean, granted, it gives it a very unique looking shape. Which I don't know if I love or hate, but it's unique regardless. Okay, you're a bit too close together. So, yeah, you seem to have very different looks. Could use it for oil. In fact, that's actually an interesting idea. Can this fit? Where is it? You. This probably isn't what you meant when you said oil. It's just the first thing that came to my mind. You can fit this. I don't know why I like this, but I kind of do. Like, you have to see the vision, right? A couple of these. The foundation here completely built out. This will be slightly indented, as you can currently see, so the floor won't be here, it will be down a few layers. Having one here, having one a little bit higher up, one a little bit lower down maybe. That could be a very interesting idea. So that's idea number 1. Idea number 2. Drone ports? I'm still kind of messing around with drone ports in this game. Or even just like a little hole in the ground. Let me try something. If I was to go to foundation, and then just build stairs. I've had an idea. If this works. Granted, this is going to be a lot of stairs. But have you ever seen one of those Roman not colosseums, amphitheaters? Let me remove that, let me remove that. Where it looks a little bit like this. Again, this won't be perfect, but I think you can get the gist of what I'm trying to do. There's a couple massive gaps in between some of these. We can have some things like this. There we go. And one more over here. That could be pretty sick. So you're down here. And you got the audience in front of you, like a little stage there in the background. Some floor here, which the floor can be very easily made. All I have to do is just start from there, then zoop you out to here. And just cover all of that. There we go, done. That's the floor. There's some stage behind over here. Where is the actual middle point though? 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. It would be somewhere here, yes. So what have I built today? A Greek theatre. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what it needs? I don't think I've even got it. It's the light, like the street lights. It can be some sort of microphone, but I don't think that's worth it. Some geothermal generator. That's a pretty good microphone. I mean, yeah, I like that. The game says no, apparently, so whatever. In fact, what if I was to rotate this around? to here. And this is where you stand. Oh, dearie me. No, I'm floating. Oh, dear. And I've made a theatre. But the thing is, if this wasn't a theatre, which it won't end up being, spoiler alert, what would it be turned into? Because I like the idea of the stairs going around the outside. Where the asphalt floor currently is, I can get rid of that, build some walls around the inside of the coated concrete, that's what it's called, coated concrete foundations. Okay, so that's idea number 1. How wide is this, by the way? It's going to be quite difficult to see. If that's 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I could split it into 2 different blueprints, quite easily, in fact. So, idea number whatever. Oh, I forgot I'm not playing on creative. I've actually got inventory room to worry about. Oh! Oh, I thought I was a personnel dismantle box thingy. No, it's not. Second idea. Kind of inspired by Thunderbirds. Where is this? Organization. Like, you know when those rockets appear out of the ground or out of a building? It looks really cool. I was thinking that's what I can somewhat do with this radar. Just have it appearing out of this. So that will be on ground level, let's say. You'll then be somewhere here. It won't just be a half circle, it'll be a full circle for this one. Then with a wall coming all the way around it. And try and get the right angle. I think a geothermal generator does fit inside, yeah. It's a bit girthy, but it does fit. That is, yeah, doesn't matter. It's unique, which is my way of saying crap. It has potential. Definitely has potential. And circle that around over here. And get a couple of these placed down. One more up there. Then make sure that you're all painted the right colour. And get rid of these. And do the same thing that I did up here. The reason why I'm doing this is because it provides it with a nice little speck. There's workarounds to this. Workaround number 1 of 1. No, customizer, materials, change you to asphalt. Because the colours are somewhat similar. Also, just get rid of that. Then add a barrier around the outside. That's not right now's problem though. The geothermal theatre. Clean entertainment. I'm sure Ada's gonna be so happy with that idea. He's probably doing front flips just at the sound of it. Right. So, how do I do this then? What if I try something else? Same concept, just different material. That looks just so bad. It actually feels embarrassing to have shown that on a public live stream. There we go. So the idea here still does work. I don't know what I'm trying to do, by the way, in case you have just tuned in. Hi, welcome. Again, if I was to go with this, where would it be and what would it be used for? I think it's important to establish a foundation. So where would our foundation actually be? Would it be that level? Would it be this level? If it is this level up here, that's interesting. I don't think it works. Because what I could then do, in theory, is continue this out just straight. Have that be nice and straight there as well. Continue that out nice and straight. That's what I'm building somewhat in Minecraft a little bit at the moment. Where they race chariots. I don't really want to build that now in this game, because first of all, I don't want to build the exact same thing in two different games. And secondly, it doesn't really work in this game, because it doesn't serve a purpose. Whereas this could actually try and serve a purpose, but for what? I don't know. Okay, another idea. It would help if it was daytime as well, by the way. It's not as good doing this in the night, but oh well. We go 1, we go 2, we go home. There is a small little gap there, that's completely fine. Can I nudge you in the middle? I can. Kind of. Again, it's a little bit finicky, but it works. Never mind, no it doesn't. You even lined up? Yeah, okay, so you're now lined up. There. No, that still seems wrong. I think it's gonna come up by one more still. I don't know, like, it doesn't seem to be lining up with anything at the minute. If I was to place this down here, would it actually matter? I don't see much of a difference from this angle, so we'll take it. I've got to come back to the idea. The concept's fine, it's just trying to figure out what it's used for. I feel like that's actually going to help as well when I figure out what I'm going to be doing with it. Because that will then make the rest of the build easier to do. Because as of right now, I don't know if it's just going to be here for looks, if it's going to serve an actual purpose. No idea. No idea. what else can it be used for? Like, the circular idea can be used for a lot, so that's fine. This amphitheater, we can call it an amphitheater. Look. I don't know. I feel like it has potential to be used for a lot of things. Because we have created some sort of little semicircle now there in the middle. I could have pipes in between us. So for example, this could be like my main source of, not drainage, but visible pipe transportation. So currently where all the asphalt is, that can remain a path. And then those concrete stairs will then continue in a straight line, just like what I had a little bit earlier on. Then maybe for 6 or 7 meters down from the asphalt, I can then have pipes with some lights underneath the pipes, some like greenish or blue sort of lights, signs made to look like lights, which can then look quite decent. That's the plan. There we go. Let me try that. I've got nothing else to do today. I love experimenting, especially when it comes to Satisfactory. I think it's really good fun to try and do. So, let's do it. I think we'll go to that sort of level, I would say, yeah. It's pretty decent. So the plan is, I want to try and extend you out. Not too far, actually. This wall here. Then continue again. Same here with you. You definitely straight. Yeah, I thought it was slightly bent there for a second, which we don't really want. Then what I can do here, because you're completely straight, these are a little bit all over the place, I can line up a little bit better. But now that I know that you're fine, what I can do is this. A tunnel. This would make perfect sense for it to be a tunnel. That could then go to other parts of the factory, for example. Then what I could do, this area up here, I don't quite know how I'm going to do this, by the way, so prepare for complete and utter disappointment. I want this to then be a little path. And again, like, look how big this gap now is. All because I've missed 1 or 2 things here. So it's important that I do actually make sure that the stairs and the foundations all line up with each other. Otherwise, again, you are going to get little things like this. If I was to nudge you over by 1, you're now perfect. You're now shite, apparently. Okay, wow. Anyway, you get the gist, right? You get the gist. Can't seem to place this in now. I mean, you seem to want to go here. Which is correct. Now I just need something over here. That won't do. Just tuck it away here. Why not? Seems to be working for now. Then I'll approach from this side. Just see roughly where we're at. What am I making? I don't know. But I'm liking it. Then what we can do here is then have a wall of a factory. So this can... Yeah, that could actually be a really good idea. So everything around here would be one big factory. Then this would be some sort of like, rather than an open garden, an open sewer pipe in the middle of the factory. Genius. We can have sewage raining down from the ceiling. Oh yes, okay, this is brilliant. Again, that's going to go all the way up there. Oh, nice, thanks. Always good to have an autosave though, to be fair. You don't need it until you need it. Do. Yep. So you can walk around here. I like this idea. Considering it sprouted out of quite literally nothing. It doesn't look dreadful. Regarding this though, this might be a bit too thick. So what I can try and do is narrow it down. Here's my idea how I could potentially... No. That can go there. A bit further down. Like that. Okay. And now do the exact same... No, do the exact same thing here. Get it to the right sort of level. Then bend it where this bends. Just like that. I think we can fit one more into here, it looks like. Yes. I honestly don't hate this. Like, I really don't hate this. Just yet. I don't know what I've made, though. That's the problem. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. In case you haven't figured that one out yet, then surprise. But I feel like it's fine. That acts like a nice little continuation. I'm a little bit concerned, though, when it comes to this. It's all just going to mush together, which is going to create a rather dreadful-looking concrete wall. Yeah, it looks fake. Because it is obviously fake, I know, yes, but... Oh, that looks crap. You're going to look bad. Yep. I think asphalt is just the way, isn't it? I could try the grip metal floor. I haven't unlocked it yet, though. You could put a blender to encase uranium cells there, make it operational. Yeah, there's tons that I can do. Yes, you are right. There's that idea. I do realize this is the second or third time now that I have brought up some sort of sewage idea for this playthrough. I don't know why sewage keeps coming back up. Yeah, we keep talking about sewage. But like, even if it's not sewage, right? Just this actual concept as a build, I like it. I do realize I did the one thing that I said I wasn't going to do by creating some sort of amphitheater looking thing, but here we are. But just imagine it, these walls, 20 walls high. Of course, much better decorated than what it is right now. You can easily have pillars as well, because there is going to be a ceiling to this, bear in mind. Should we go somewhere across here? It'll be a lot higher up than this. And it won't look this bad, but just accept for what it is right now. Any gaps? Yes. Again, a far higher ceiling, which will be fine. And a couple of these just going all the way around. It will be every 2 foundations or so. No, in fact, no. It will be 2 foundations. I'm just doing this to give you guys, well, and give myself a example of what I mean. But I don't know what I mean just yet. Yeah, again, I think when the ceiling's a lot higher, that could end up looking quite snazzy. Having that come all the way down there, I don't know how far it's going to stretch, but it will stretch rather far. Yeah. Break the factory steps into different smaller factories. As in, like, have one factory over there coming through here, then another one in this direction? It's doable, if that's what you mean. Yeah, as of right now, nothing's concrete, except for everything that's concrete. And have our pipes just here. Can I fit one of these? No, it's gonna have to be, like, this. There we go. Bloody bright. Also a bit weird. I'm out of encased industrial beams. I like it. Or what I could do instead, actually what I can do as well as this, is also putting these pillars inside of here, but except you will require bigger pillars. Like this. I don't know, it's a concept. We can then have some weird bendy shapes around here. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Speaking about how things are going, let's just very quickly double check on... I realize I've made a bit of a mess, but we're going to keep it here anyway, for now. First up, I'm processing the uranium, and a building another biome could contain another building for another part. Yeah, I could do. No reason why not. We're about halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. No, sorry. So in total, we've got 228 of these stars. Okay. There are a couple of yellow lights. What's the problem? Too many items? Too many items, that's not really much of a problem. Any more yellow lights? Yes. What's your problem? Too many items? Again, too many? Are you definitely going somewhere? Yeah, you are attached to here. It's just that I don't need as many of these. That's completely fine. Okay, everything here is pretty much perfect. In that regards, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. A bit of a shorter stream than usual. I'm just exhausted. Actually, no, it's not. It's like 9 minutes shorter than my average stream, so it's not that bad. Either way, I'm exhausted, so I'm probably just going to go to sleep. No, I'm going to eat food, sorry. Then I'm going to go to sleep. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow is Thursday. If I stream, I'll be doing one of those like best recipe streams again, because people seem to have enjoyed that from Tuesday. So, yeah. Either way, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. And I hope to see you guys again for tomorrow's live stream, where we're going to be doing a lot of math, and hopefully some maths, sorry. And some good fun as well. Ooh. Yeah, we've got a lot planned. So, ta-da, cheerio, stay safe, and as always, Godspeed.